Today on the newscast, it's a mystery of Jerusalem. We head deep beneath the Western Wall for an up-close look at a massive 600-ton stone that was laid during the construction of the Second Temple some 2,000 years ago. There's just one issue. No one knows how this stone got there. We'll take a closer look coming up. And speaking of Jerusalem, our sponsor for today's newscast is our good friends at Artza, the unique subscription box that follows in the footsteps of Jesus. With Artza boxes, you'll receive great products from artisans and small business owners, all made in Israel. This month's box features Jerusalem. And if you've never been to the Holy Land or you can't wait to get back, this is perfect for you. Go to artzabox.com and use the promo code Watchman18, that's Watchman18, to get your 18% discount off an Artza box today. Hey folks, Erick Stakelbeck here. Welcome to the Watchman Newscast. We start this week off with a fascinating archaeological discovery in Jerusalem, just as the Jewish people are celebrating Passover and followers of Jesus like myself are preparing to celebrate Easter and the resurrection of our Savior. A bit later this week, we had this announcement from Jerusalem, from the Tower of David, one of the iconic sites in God's city, that a 2,000-year-old Tyrion coin has been uncovered. Now, a Tyrion coin, or a Tyrion coin, I guess you would pronounce it, is from the city-state, the ancient city-state of Tyre, modern-day Lebanon, along the Mediterranean coast. This was a city that was functioning during the times of the Bible. These coins from Tyre are very rare, and researchers believe that they were used to pay the temple tax in Jerusalem as Jews came from around the world. Pilgrims came to Jerusalem, went up to the temple to worship during Passover, Sukkot, and different holidays. They would use these coins from Tyre to pay the temple tax. Now, the Tower of David, again, an iconic site. They're doing a conservation project there right now. The tower is, and the Tower of David complex is right at the entrance of the Jaffa Gate in the old city of Jerusalem. And apparently they found this coin in the 1980s. It was placed in a box, and then they couldn't find the box until recently someone found the box and found this 2,000-year-old coin from the ancient city-state of Tyre. So a very cool archaeological discovery. And again, very important, folks, because these coins are very rare. So every day, it seems, and we're reporting this on a frequent basis here for you on the Watchman Newscast, we are having these stunning archaeological discoveries that bring the Bible to life, that bring ancient history to life. Now, again, that coin is from the Second Temple period. That's the time of Jesus and the time of King Herod, the mad builder who was conducting a major renovation of the temple at that time. Many mysteries from that period, many mysteries in general in the city of Jerusalem, obviously a very ancient city, but one of my favorites lies deep beneath the Western Wall. You may not know this, folks, but there is a large complex of tunnels beneath the Western Wall and beneath the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. And in one of those tunnels is one of the world's largest building blocks. It dates back to the time of Herod when, again, he was doing that renovation of the temple. This stone, it's called the Western Stone. It is some 45 feet long, 10 feet high, and nearly 600 tons in weight. And guess what? One of the largest building blocks in the world, yet no one knows how it got there. What kind of technology was used 2,000 years ago to move this massive stone? Well, a little while back, I was in Jerusalem and I got an up-close look at the Western Stone. Our good friend, Israeli tour guide Yehuda Deutsch, laid out the history of this stone, and we kind of considered, where did it come from? How did it get here? It remains a mystery. Take a look.
So this is the same Western Wall we can see outside. It's the continuation of it. We're not standing on top of it or beneath it or on the other side of it, just along the same wall, but where it's concealed, where it's hidden. If you look over here at the bottom and with your gaze slowly climb up to the top, you will notice different kinds of construction. You're looking at two different periods. 1400 years ago, when the Muslims first came here, They find parts of the wall ruined, destroyed. They decide to renovate. These small stones over here and the larger ones above them, all the way to the top, is 1,400-year Muslim renovation. But from here and all the way down to the valley, we're talking about 4 stories beneath us, this beautiful symmetric shaped stone with this nice frame around it, aligned so neatly one near each other and one on top of the other, with no cement in between to glue the stones together. We call this dry construction, kind of like Lego. This is 2,000-year-old Jewish construction. So look at me, don't follow me. I want to show you something. From here and all the way, going 40 feet along the western wall, 40 feet, that is longer than a bus, you're looking at the largest stone found in the Temple Mount. It is 12 feet high and 14 feet deep. It weighs close to 600 tons. That's equivalent to like I would say 200 elephants, or if you want it in a modern scale, 2 airplanes. The big jumbo jets, the transatlantic 747 with the people and the luggage after shopping in Israel. That's heavy, yeah. 2 big airplanes, 1 stone, and the big question is how? How do they carve a stone like this? How do they roll it here? How do they lift it up and place it so accurately? I believe a good question deserves even a better answer. The answer is we don't know. Physicists, mathematicians, archaeologists, engineers, historians today don't know how, with the lack of technology they had 2,000 years ago, they were able to move something so big. This is a mystery, an enigma. But there is one story I could share with you about the stone. When Titus destroys the city, he sees this big stone. As a tactician, as a general, he understands perfectly the symbolic value that the stone has for the Jewish people, for their moral and pride and self-esteem. So you have to try to imagine him telling his soldiers, guys, we need to destroy this because we need to break the Jews not only physically, but also mentally, psychologically, spiritually, emotionally. Try to imagine Roman soldiers standing way above us, pushing stones from the wall down to the marketplace below us, stone after stone, row after row, until they get to this big stone. When they do, they huff, they puff, the stone doesn't budge. They try to break it, they try to destroy it, but luckily for us in the end, instead of them breaking the stone pretty much broke them, and they left us this amazing 2,000-year-old testimony.
Amazing stuff. What a thrill to be in the Western Wall tunnels and get an up-close look at the legendary Western Stone. Folks, if you're like me and you love history, biblical archaeology, then Jerusalem is the place to be. As I'm frequently walking the streets of Jerusalem, I think of Psalm 137, verses 5 and 6, which say, "If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget its skill. Let my tongue cling to the roof of my mouth, if I do not remember you, if I do not make Jerusalem my highest joy." Folks, I consider Jerusalem my second home. I'm usually there at least 5 times a year. Now, it's been a bit delayed, obviously, in the past year because of COVID-19 and the international travel restrictions, but we plan to get back very soon and bring you more on-the-ground reports for the Watchman Newscast and the Watchman TV show. Remember, the clip you just saw, actually, with Yehuda Deutsch was from the Watchman TV show. You can catch it on TBN. It's the world's largest Christian TV network. Every Wednesday night, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time if you live here in the States. If not, don't worry. You can catch clips from the show right here on the Watchman News channel at YouTube, so be sure to subscribe. And speaking of subscriptions and Jerusalem, do not forget to visit www.artsabox.com and use the Watchman discount code, that's Watchman18, to get your 18% discount off an Artsa box subscription. Folks, incredible high-quality materials made in Israel. If you've never been to Israel or you can't wait to go again, this is for you. Artsabox.com, Watchman18. Check it out. Until tomorrow, God bless you. And remember, never hold your peace. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the Watchman Newscast. If you enjoyed this episode and want to see more, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, click subscribe, and tap the bell icon to turn on notifications for new Watchman Newscast episodes every weekday.